What's up, babes? It's Curly's Victoria. I'm back with a realistic nighttime routine, what I'm doing, what I have going on, and I just felt so inclined to read you all the paper that I'm actually writing for my master's in law class. I decided tonight I actually want to give you guys a glimpse into my thoughts on paper. I basically had an assignment that dealt with hate crimes, and we talk about hate crimes and does it serve the group, basically does it serve society, basically the greater good, like by hate crimes, should there be an emphasis basically on a criminal act versus a criminal motive, and basically all of that type of stuff is what we're talking about in this paper. Y'all, I have literally written like a 4-page paper in an hour, like off the cuff in an hour, because I had so much to say. But the thing about it, y'all, is this is the world, this is reality. Some people think, geez, it takes me like 3-4 hours to write a 4-page paper. How can you do that in an hour? Well, when these assignments of hatred and hate crimes is so prevalent in society, and this is something that you keep seeing happen to your race on a daily basis, and even other races, but I can't speak as heavily for other races as I can speak for the black race. Not only is not what I've seen, but it's what I've experienced as a black woman. It's literally things I've seen on TV, things I've heard, real scenarios that I know about that dealt with hate crime, and like I said, even targeted crimes that I experienced myself. So this is not to ruffle any feathers for anyone, but I want to read you all my paper, and there's probably errors in it because I need to go back and grammatically correct things before I submit it. But I want to read y'all what I just wrote on a Sunday evening for a paper for my class in an hour. Literally, it was less than an hour. I had started this paper at like 4:40, and I finished this paper like right before 5:30. Like literally like right around, what time is it? It was literally like around 5:30 that I actually finished this paper. So 50 minutes or so, 4 pages, because this is a reality. So if you want, make sure you guys subscribe by the end of this video, but I'm gonna read this paper full out. So if you really want to hear what I had to say, continue. If you don't want to hear what I have to say in the video, this is not a video where I want comments in the comment section trying to justify anything, and I also do not want comments in my comment section that are mean, hateful, or anything. This is just simply what I put on the paper. There's no right or wrong answer. This is what I put, and I do not care to hear, oh, well, you're wrong, or oh, it ain't that type of party. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read my paper. Emmett Till, Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Freddie Gray, Corinne Gaines were all killed at the mercy of someone else. One thing they all had in common: targeted while being black. These individuals range from children to adults. Some were murdered during the compliance at a traffic stop. Others followed against their will. Many individuals are being punished more harshly because of hate crime, because the judicial system does not always deem it to be a hate crime. If a system was never designed to protect a specific race, class, or gender, how does it protect one? For example, Amanda Geiger, the 31-year-old police officer who was responsible for murdering Botham Jean, was convicted and given 10 years behind bars. Chances are she'll be out in less that time. Why? Good behavior. Or receive maybe special treatment by the jails. Some people believe she accidentally murdered Botham the day she accidentally entered his apartment. Others believe she had a motive. Either way it goes, she was handed a slap on the wrist. Shortly after Botham was murdered, his neighbor who testified in court was found dead. Was it a coincidence, or was it a hate crime for testifying against a white police officer? Breonna Taylor, the 26-year-old paramedic who wanted to save lives, lost her life to police officers who vowed to serve and protect. The officers invaded her home after executing a no-knock warrant. These warrants have since then been terminated after the death of the 26-year-old. So in the statement, hate crimes punish an individual more harshly if the state can prove that the criminal targeted someone specifically because of their race, gender, etc. is made. It raises the question of what's considered a hate crime in court. Does someone have to bring a victim's head on a platter for it to be considered hate? It starts with what the state classifies a hate crime as and what measures are to be taken regardless of the socioeconomic status of the criminal prior to the crime. In the case of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman claimed he was acting in self-defense, which fell under Florida's Stand Your Ground law. Trayvon Martin, a rather slim teenager who was being painted as a threat to George Zimmerman, a man 3 times his size and who has several incidents already in his life with the law. The issue at hand is these criminals are allowed to act negligently and violently and still be released back into society, where they will later become repeat offenders of the same crime or worse, killers. Hate crimes will never serve the greater society good because they only stir up strife amongst various races. The problem lies within the roots of the racism. Systemic racism is taught and learned. Some individuals grow up in a world and all they know is hate. It does not come from overnight. It comes from a systematic or a systemic upbringing. If history is bound to do anything, it's bound to repeat itself. Throughout the years, we have seen a repeated system of oppression. The oppression endured by Black people have been great. No hate crimes are not just committed by white people against Black people, but we have seen more cases of that than we have seen in its reciprocal form. Hate crimes are committed all across the world and could be committed by any race, class, or gender. The emphasis should be on criminal act and criminal motive. If someone murders someone just because they felt the person wasn't associated with his race, we now have an issue of criminal act and motive. Actus reus, mens reus, plus mens reus equals a criminal conviction. Both of these warrant criminal charge. In Unit 3, we discussed the babysitter placed in the cage over the baby who later suffocated and died due to his circulation being cut off when he stuck his head through the bars. We evaluated if the scenario would result in criminal charge or not. We found that both actus reus and mens reus would need to be determined for criminal charges to be applied. In like manner, these two concepts we need to be evaluated to make that determination. Criminal act matters and criminal motive matters. They both have the ability to carry very different sentences, which means they both should matter. Families want to know that they receive justice for their loved ones who died at the hands of another due to hate crimes. Therefore, one way to do that is to factor that into the case. Someone who murders another because they suffer schizophrenia or bipolar disorder is not the same killer who kills just because. Those who commit violent acts because they feel they were justified because of their race to commit such heinous acts should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. In summation, we all either know of someone who died at the hands of police brutality, a hate crime, a premeditated crime, or we have heard of one. The truth is, everyone should treat others as they would like to be treated and continue to be of good character. The Bible warns Christians that no sin is greater than another, and to be in the world but not of it. The Bible warns of what is to come in the last days. Each of these prophecies have already been fulfilled. The best way to beat systemic racism is to punish the behaviors that stems from it. The justice system was created to establish laws and consequences for those broken laws. As human beings, it is easy to judge a circumstance by opinion, but it is crucial for the circumstances to be proven by facts. I do not speak simply for the living when I say Black Lives Matter. I too speak for the dead. Society continues to state that all lives matter. All lives could not matter if black lives never mattered. If you cut a slice of a pie and have have 3/4 left, the 1/4 to complete the pie could no longer be accounted for because it ceased to exist. This theory goes for any race. In order for justice to prevail and hate crimes to cease, all lives must matter. Hate crimes will never serve the greater society good. The emphasis should always be on criminal act and criminal motive. Justice shouldn't be for some people, but for all. That is the paper that I sat down and in 50 minutes I wrote. Obviously, you heard me stutter on a few things because I need to go back and fix the grammar. But that's what I have to say about my paper. So when I tell y'all that choosing a master's in law was one of the best decisions that I did, I'm not sponsored in this video. This is my genuine opinion. This is my passion for the people. This is how I feel. This is what I experience. This is the realistic life of being black in America. This is what we're enduring each day. The police brutality, the hate crimes, the everything that we are experiencing. I can't speak from another race because I'm not that other race, but I can speak for being a black woman within being black in America. I can speak for being a black individual, being a woman, being mistreated. Not only are these situations that I've seen or we've seen in the media, but as a black woman, the things that I have experienced that I might not have even ever talked about on my media, it's real. So when I'm asked to sit down, it doesn't take me forever to write a paper like this because it is my reality. But I just wanted to show you guys, kind of just share with you guys an emotional paper that I literally wrote in 50 minutes, not because I rushed it, but because it's my reality. So I wanted to check in with y'all, let y'all know what my Sunday routine was looking like right now, and that's what it is. So I'm about to save my paper. I'm about to upload it. It's due by midnight, so I'm going to get it in. But I just wanted to get on here and just kind of share with you guys what was going on. And I hope somebody learned something from this paper. I hope this triggered some thoughts within some people, made you think different, made you think differently. And for the people who stand in agreement with me, let's continue to be more, do more, and, you know, change the dynamics of society. I mean, we can't, without controversy, basically there's no argument, you see. So just be the best version of yourself, be the better person, and treat other people how you want to be treated if you get nothing else out of this video. But let me upload this. It's getting dark. I need to turn on the light, and I'll see y'all later.
It's only 11 something.